hit our goal already, which is amazing. I was just out running errands and I checked my phone and did a double take and I was like, oh, boom, first beatdown unlocked, which means we are now on our road to the next beatdown, unlocking that one, which is going to, of course, be Black Panther versus the Black Ranger, which is going to be amazing. But Batman versus Shredder is now happening. So appreciate you all. So excited. Can't wait to get to work and make this happen for you guys. I will keep you updated every day, constantly posting, letting you know what's going on. Very, very exciting. Thank you guys so much.
Now, it's funny he says unlocked as if it wouldn't have hit the goal, he wasn't going to film it. Remember, like, where's this guy's other source of income? But you had people like him basically saying that they made it. You also had Jason Faunt talking about how happy he was to do it. Let's hear what Faunt had to say regarding the beatdown.
Thank you so much for contributing to the Kickstarter for Bat in the Sun, for my upcoming role as Batman versus Shredder in the Superpower Beatdown. We made the goal in just a matter of days, and because of you. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for contributing. Remember, there's a ton of great awards and signed items, memorabilia that's going to be coming your way. Make sure you get on there and keep contributing to get to those rewards. Bat in the Sun is famous for having a lot of amazing signed.
Bro, I don't think he knows. In all honesty, you think Faunt knows what Bat in the Sun is famous for outside of what Aaron told him?
Autographs memorabilia that they send as part of the Kickstarter. So check that out, and thank you from the bottom of my heart. It looks like we're going to start filming Batman here in end of January, early February. So as soon as we do, we'll be sending you a bunch of little teasers and trailers. And I look forward to soon coming to these conventions to meet you guys, now being Batman.
I wonder how much Faunt was paid for saying that. But you have to wonder what type of promise was made and how does the budget go from $1 million, literally $200,000 for Batman vs. Shredder. And he knocked that all the way down to $50,000. Remember, it started at $25K, $50K for extended. And he made this post. He made a post addressing this literally an hour after I streamed about basically calling him out. So what he basically did was he took his budget of asking for $575,000, dropped it down to $250,000, and I guess he told fans he put his own money in. But you have to remember, guys, he is known for manipulating budgets. And if you guys remember, a while back, he did this deleted live stream where he talked about basically how each beatdown was going to be from 50 to 200,000. And how did that budget just go nowhere? Because, you know, it's what we all suspected. He was making it up the whole time.
Joker. But we got to hit these goals. If we don't hit these goals, you know, each beatdown has a goal of $50,000, but they have stretch goals that go up to 200,000. So we can, you know, have multiple days shooting. Like usually beatdowns are like 5 days. They're about 5 days, but we can try to curb it, you know, and do 50 smaller. You know, if we do, then you have like a stretch goal of 100. So you get like double it.
Like, the reason he keeps dropping the budget is because he realized he was not going to trick fans into giving him this amount of money. Now, keep in mind, the people who funded Legend of the White Dragon, these people, they're SOL on their digital copies. They're SOL, as in they're not getting them no time soon. You even had one backer say, hey, I originally contributed to this Kickstarter because I'm a longtime fan of JDF and truly wanted to support his passion project. After his passing, I fully expected delays and understood the challenges the team would face. However, many of the recent updates from Aaron feel overly self-focused and to give the impression that JDF's legacy has been used in a way to elevate his own profile, which it totally is, guys. Totally is. To be honest, it feels like honoring JDF and more like marketing the project around himself. I mean, guys, once you see the movie, you're going to realize that Aaron's in it way more than JDF. As a backer, I think the reasonable request, more transparency at this point, specifically an itemized breakdown of how funds were used and how they're being used now. Dog, your fund, look, I'm going to tell you like this. All you Legend of the White Dragon Kickstarters, your funds was used as seed money to attract Chris J. Once they had enough footage to attract Chris J to invest, then you guys became nothing, insignificant, bottom of the list, the last to get the rewards. You guys were the first to put your money in, and you'll be the last to see the movie. It would go a long way in restoring confidence and showing true respect to JDS vision and supporters believe in it, dog. That's cap. It's not happening. It's not happening, guys. To be honest, the ones complaining have never worked. I mean, you always have bots. And shout out to Nicholas. Call him out. What a kiss up. Are you in the film industry or do you just watch behind the scenes and DVDs and think you're in the industry? If that's the case, I know the film industry too. Aaron hasn't delivered on his promise and took people's money. This is true. We have the right to feel that way we do. You or anyone else can't tell us we can't. Aaron did not fund this on his own. If the movie doesn't come out in the next 5 years, you won't be singing this same song, trust. Now, here's the thing, man. They got one person interested in Tubi as a secondary option. But the beatdown is funded, and there's really nothing you guys could do about it. I mean, he's trying to get to this 85,000, but it's more so a pipe dream, right? Like you think about this, right? After he sexualized literally every woman in there, including Jenna, for donations. When you go look at, we already pointed out that these locations, for the most part, were already used, especially this one. This one keeps getting used. He didn't scout nothing new. He just recycled the old things. Now, looking at these goals, right? This would put the 25K for Batman vs. Shredder, and 85K would mean that this superpower beatdown is going to cost 60,000. I mean, it's just simple math. And this one will cost 65,000. The X-Men versus Mortal Kombat, and then surprisingly, they go from X-Men to RoboCop is 50K, and then another 50K. I thought the beatdowns were like 50K, right? But that's not the case. Shout out to Raishu says, when it comes to money, Aaron will keep lying about the budget because he doesn't even know. Also, Death Battle does it in 2 days, FYI. Yeah, so Aaron thought he was going to be like Death Battle as they collected basically a little over about 750 million or 1,000. He thought he was going to be them. That's why he originally started out thinking he was going to get $1 million. He thought he was going to get $1 million from the fans and not delivering it on the Legend of the White Dragon. It was never happening. Never happening. All right, but you do got some people who have taken to call him out. I mean, once you call him out on Facebook, Instagram, you're pretty much getting banned. So make it count, if you will. Wasn't it already happening, the money with Chris J? What? I heard that you guys were already filming it mainly because of Chris J. But also, too, yes, it's awesome you guys got your Kickstarter fully funded along with the help from Chris J. But also, shouldn't you wait until Legend of the White Dragon was released first, then start up another project officially? And don't try to explain me about film production works because I know very well about it because I do indie thing as well. But that's just my opinion and from what I've heard. Now, Aaron will focus on any small, minute, inaccurate piece of information. Now, he's going on to say, you heard we're already filming? That's false. Don't believe internet chatter. Also, Chris J, as awesome as he is, you got to big up the guy who was silly enough to give Aaron millions of dollars, who's never going to see any return on it. Wish we could interview Chris J. Is not involved in this campaign. Legend of the White Dragon completed and is in the hands of our distribution team. They don't have a distribution team, dog. They don't. I don't think Fallen Forward Films has anything to do with Legend of the White Dragon. They're not taking meetings from Netflix, Paramount, or any of these outlets. From what I understand, it's one entity interested. And if that entity falls through, then it'll be on Tubi. There's not offers. It's one entity. They don't have like, oh, it's a bidding war. It's not that. He keeps saying the best path forward. It's the person who's interested. That's it. That's it. It's a multi-million-dollar film. It needs to be handled as such. Yeah, it does, but it ain't gonna be handled like that. Now, Haley Grace Peterson, love her in the comment section. I'm shocked she hasn't been banned yet, but she like positively trolls them, so it's kind of hard to ban the positive troll. Jason, please don't worry. Bat in the Sun had 25K all along. Thank God they had the money themselves. You guys got this with or without the fans. She know that's cap. 105 days till March, which, she says this 105 days until March because Aaron Schoenke said that Legend of the White Dragon will come out before the beatdown. He has no idea when it's going to come out. Doesn't. He couldn't tell you. He just says, oh, it's going to come out before March. Really? What day? What day is the premiere scheduled for? When's the trailer coming out? Bro, it's a dog shit film. It's literally Aaron Schoenke's vanity piece. It started out as a JDF fan film for him, or whatever you want to call it. And then once JDF was gone, it became Aaron Schoenke's vanity piece. Compliments of Chris J injecting millions of dollars. And it's dog doo-doo. And when you see it, and then when I say, hey, I told you it was dog doo-doo, make sure you come back and be like, damn, Henry, you was right. Hashtag Henry was right. Because notice how she screen grabs the words that he says. For Batman vs. Shadow, we already put in money, and then it's all said and done. We will have put in more than $25K into it, which is different than what we raise in Kickstarter. The remaining that's needed is $25K because we matched that, making the total budget $50K. So why is all the other ones like $65K? And then the $50K after the $200,000. Now, do I think they're going to hit this goddamn $200,000? Hell no. This is a far cry. This is a far cry. And if it wasn't for I guess one person, you had 2 backers put in $5,000. Hell no. 2 backers. 2 backers put in $5,000. 1 backer put in $2,000. I wish you could see who the backers were. I imagine it's one of them is Aaron and one of them is Chris J. I mean, because you think about it, right? You put in 5 and you collect 20. Or even if you put in 10, you collect 15. Minus the, I guess, Kickstarter free. Very shady. Very shady, right? And the crazy thing is, I bet you could probably pledge this $5,000 and then right before it go live, cancel it. I'm not going to test it out, but yeah, I imagine you could. As we continue. Now, here is a post. Hold on. I think it starts right here. Here's a post, right? Someone's calling Aaron out. Brad219, which I believe is banned now. This is false. Low budget movies are released in theaters all the time. Your lack of knowledge, all focused negativity, is bad mindset. Also, it can't go on YouTube. We have an investor in the Frank family to keep in mind, dog. He does not give 2 shits about the Frank family. He already blocked them from getting money from Boom. All he cares about is saving face. The Frank family is his personal meat shield. I can't wait to see him throw Jenna out there to big him up and hype up Legend of the Aaron Schoenke, because that's what it's really going to be. Someone says, anytime as someone who is in one of the Kickstarters, I feel so annoyed it's been this long. So now you have a Kickstarter fan right here. Now I know it's Brad, but I think Brad's going. Haley Grace says, I actually love the idea. Would be nice to see JDF one more time. Doesn't need to be a big, and this is proof that someone ended up calling him a scammer. And here's the scam post right here. Shout out to Haley Grace. She knows about the 4,797 backers still waiting on their digital copies for the Kickstarter. Is it true that means that he spent money and doesn't have the film? And I start to think maybe this was all just a scam. So he deletes the entire thread. And that's where you just get this comment right here. Right there. It's gone. Anytime you mention scam, he's going to delete you. He doesn't want to be associated with scam, but there was one more comment. There was one more comment, guys, that you're going to recognize. The Brett fam comment. You guys know Brett. Brett Pharma is the person who bought the black suit for Walter Jones, who Walter forgot his name. You said Legend of the White Dragon is finished. Why aren't backers of Legend of the White Dragon receiving their digital copies of the movie? Well, it's with our distribution agent. Reaching a distribution deal wasn't a condition of receiving Kickstarter rewards. Yeah, dog. Why do you think he raises funds on Kickstarter? Kickstarter ain't gonna do shit about this. They're not gonna stop him from collecting funds. They're just gonna put their head in the sand. You see Chad laughing. Because Aaron is a hungry scammer who is wanting to get a backer that will help with the finances, which will allow him not to use his money to distribute digital something. I wish that would have been better. Have you seen Legend of the White Dragon? And I believe Aaron said no. Aaron responded, no, he hasn't. He's just coming from a place of negativity. Guys, if you say Legend of the White Dragon is going to be bad, you're just speaking from negativity. Look, if the movie was so good, right? If it was so good, then we wouldn't be in this predicament. He wouldn't be trying to find a distributor. There would be people knocking down his doors to buy the movie. But it's a vanity piece. Editing is wonky. It's more Aaron Schonke than JDF. I'm telling you, it's going to be bad. And I wish y'all could see it now, because I promise, if you guys would have seen it, this never gets funded. The only reason it gets funded is because people haven't seen it. That's the only reason. Only reason this gets funded is because people haven't seen Legend of the White Dragon. That's how you know it. Trust me, if Legend of the White Dragon was as good as he said it was, you release it, and then this gets funded in 24 hours. This gets fully funded in 24 hours. But it won't, because he didn't deliver on this. So as a result of him not delivering on Legend of the White Dragon, where you have 5,000 backers, 5,259 backers, you're literally right here sitting at 273. And some of these backers are, the biggest backers are shady as shit, donating 5,000 to this guy. I couldn't imagine it. Did you know the real bish of the bunch is the whole tragic saga of White Dragon? Aaron Schonke wouldn't change anything he did at all over again. Make it the same mistakes all over. Yeah, man, it's a vanity piece, man. Like, I wish it was out, guys. I really do. But he knew that if it were released, even if it leaked, he can never collect money from fans. And trust me, once you see it, no fans are going to donate to him again. But hey, as long as he could pull the wool over your eyes and keep saying I'm spreading false and negativity and hatred and dividing the fandom, he's literally in DMs talking about that now. Hoping that he talks to people as if they're screenshotting him. 100%. He'll talk to you as if you're working with me, because people send me the answers. I just be like, he literally just told someone everything in my videos are false. Everything. All false to drum up hate, negativity, and divide. So you think about that, right? You mean to tell me everything in this video is false? Everything. Every video. False, 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 false. Bro, we tried. We didn't succeed. It got funded anyway. There will always be sheep. But you don't have to be one of them. Let me know in the comment section. See you next video. Peace.